Good morning and welcome to Senora Tommy's Biblioteca on YouTube. If you haven't already, please subscribe and slap the bell so that you can receive notifications anytime I upload a new video. Okay, so today is Craft Tuesday, and today's craft is based upon our book from yesterday that I love. I love giraffe books. So this is Giraffe Problems by Jory John. That is the one that we read yesterday, and so our craft today is going to be about giraffes. Yay! So, quick shout out. Oh, I wanted to point this little guy out. If you have not seen him, he is the newest giraffe to my collection. This one was from Emilio and Alina Grace Hernandez. Thank you so much. It was a birthday present. I love my little mosaic giraffe. So he's gonna go right here while we do our craft. So, today's craft, I tried to get a little bit away from the toilet paper roll, although who knows what next week will be. So, if you have an empty toilet paper roll, save it, because next week could be another toilet paper roll craft. So this week we have our giraffe face. This is our giraffe face. He's kind of a silly looking giraffe, but I thought he was cute. So I wanted to try something that was not a toilet paper roll for one, and then also I wanted to do something that was a little bit more paper involved and something that used regular glue, because I've been using a lot of hot glue, and I know that not everybody has hot glue, and I know sometimes if you don't have the items, you feel discouraged, and so I wanted you to have a different kind of craft this week. So this is our little giraffe head, and he's the little guy we're going to make. I encourage you to do something more if you decide to do a bow on him, like here in the ear. Maybe your giraffe is a girl, or a bow here, because remember, in our book, he likes to wear ties. So maybe a little tie around his neck. Those are all good options. So let's talk about some of the items I used to do our giraffe face, okay? So I did use a paper plate for the base of the craft. And so here is my paper plate, and I already colored it yellow. Remember, a lot of this stuff I try to do some of it in advance so that you're not watching me color a paper plate yellow. How exciting could that be? Not exciting at all. So, yellow paper plate. So you have a paper plate for your face of your giraffe. So that is item number one for your materials. I have some paper, just some regular paper that I have. It's going to be for the ears and the horns, okay? And then I have a black marker Sharpie for me. I have a yellow crayon. I went to the library. I found my crayons, so I brought them home so that I could have some crayons here. I also have regular glue this time, not hot glue, so regular glue. I have some yellow paint. Of course, you could use a yellow crayon as well if you don't have yellow paint. And I have some brown paint. You could use a brown crayon. My scissors, some googly eyes, because I love the googly eyes. And I have a paintbrush and a little paint tray because I'm going to use brown paint instead of a brown crayon for this particular craft. So, okay, step one. Get your paper plate. Color it yellow, okay, because it's going to be the giraffe face. Now, here's the deal. I have heard, I was going to do your craft, but I didn't have a paper plate. So, you got to get creative, right? What you probably do have, though, is a regular plate, right, in your kitchen. And if you have a regular plate, you could take your regular plate and you could just trace the shape, right, the round shape of your plate onto a piece of paper, and you could do your craft on paper instead of having to do it on a paper plate, okay? So don't get hung up on the details. We've been at home a long time, so if you want to do a craft, you need to get crafty, get creative, try something new, okay? So, again, I went on a crazy tangent there, huh? So, okay, again, yellow face for your giraffe. Could be a paper plate, could be a piece of paper. So yellow giraffe face. Now, I'm going to use brown paint because that is what I have, but you could also use a brown crayon or a brown marker. I am just going to use some brown paint because that is readily available for me. I have lots of these little colors of paints here at the house. So, all right, let me take a look at my giraffe. Here's my giraffe. So let's start with just giving him some spots. So I'm gonna do this with you on the camera because it dries pretty quickly, the little brown spots. If I was doing the yellow, like whole face, it would take a little bit longer to dry. So we're just gonna do the brown spots. Remember, I was kind of getting hung up when I did my first one on some of the details because I thought, oh, his spots look kind of weird. He doesn't look so cute. Or this spot's not perfect. And then I realized, well, you know, no animal's spots or stripes or any of that is perfect. So, Miss Tommy, don't get hung up on the spots. Just make them. Just make them. And then, you know, they don't always look like perfectly round either. There's like, I was looking at some of the spots on him. Some of them almost look like a line, right? Like a little line. So here are my giraffe spots. So I just kind of quickly did it, right? It does not have to be perfect. Remember, animal spots are not perfect, right? They're not perfect. So we do want to make, though, like kind of a nose or like a little muzzle kind of thing so we can see his face. And so this one, I just took my brush and I made sort of like a circle down here, like a half circle, like this. It almost looks like a sad face at first. I'll show it to you because it kind of looks like I made my giraffe sad. So here, look at it, kind of looks like a sad face, but he's not gonna be sad, not for a while. Okay, so and then you just color that brown part in, right? Because you want him to look like he has like a face, like a little mouth. So here's his mouth. So we colored in the sad face. No more sad face for you. And I'm going to turn this around so you can see it hopefully a little better. I'm gonna paint this all the way down my plate. If it was a piece of paper, you would just paint it to the very end, right? Just paint it to the very end. So we're gonna give him a muzzle, a nose. I think muzzle is the word for a dog. I don't know why I keep using the word muzzle. All right, so here is the nose of the giraffe. So you have to watch me paint this. So if you had to watch me paint the whole yellow plate, no, I think that would get boring. Unless you particularly liked me watching paint. And then if you did, you're kind of a weirdo. And that's okay too, because I'm kind of a weirdo too. All right, so brown part of the giraffe. Okay, so this is what we have. We got that, and we got that. Okay, so I'm gonna let this one dry for just a minute, right? Because he's still wet. So I'm gonna let him dry for a little bit, and I'm gonna use my paper, and I'm gonna cut my ears right now, and my horns in my little circles. And then we'll come back to him, so that way he'll be a little drier, and hopefully we can do the mouth and the eyeballs so that he's not so wet. Okay, so we did this last week when we did our goat ears, okay? Remember, if you take a regular piece of paper and you fold it in half like this, right? And you make a cut, if you make the cut and it's two pieces of paper, you're gonna get the exact same shape, right? So the exact same shape if you make the cut. So I'm gonna make a ear and I'm gonna cut just, you know, like that to make an ear. And when I'm done, I'll have two ears. So let's do that really fast. I'm gonna make almost kind of like a leaf shape, kind of, so it kind of curves at the end. Let's see. Oh, you know, I'm gonna turn my paper. Remember, again, it does not have to be perfect. I bet you there are no perfect giraffe ears in the world. I bet you they're not. So look, kind of looks like this. It has a bit of a point on it. Look, if I open it up, what? That's not ears. It will be though, when I cut it in half. Here we go. 2 ears. And they match, right? So they're kind of matching ears, and we're gonna put them on both sides. So here are our ears. I'm just gonna put them aside for now, okay? And we're gonna do the same exact thing, except this time we're gonna do it with the horns, right? So we're gonna make like a rectangle shape for our horns. So same idea. You got your paper. We're just gonna try to use this one paper so that we can, you know, not waste paper. So, same thing. Let's make some horns. One cut, another cut. We're just making a triangle shape. See that? Yep. Okay. Separate the two. Nope. We got to make that cut down the middle, right? So now we have 2 horns. And we have to make, I don't know, there's a name for these, and I am so sad that I can't think of the name, but these little, like, I don't know. I don't know what they're called. The little balls on the top of their horns. How dare, I am a giraffe lover, shame on me. I cannot think of the name for the top of the giraffe horns. Shame on me. Okay, so those are gonna be, I'm so disappointed in myself. Okay, so these are going to be kind of a round shape, right? We've only used 1 piece of paper, so we are being kind to our paper supply in our house. Excellent. Okay, so a round shape. We did the same thing. Look, you can even see when you pick up your piece of paper. 2 ears, 2 horns, 2 round things I can't think of the name of. All right, so here are the round little nubbins. They're called nubbins. That's what they're called. It's the official scientific name, giraffe nubbins. Okay, so, so this guy's still drying. These now need to be yellow, right? Our horns need to be yellow, and our nubbins need to be brown. So, this is the one time you have to watch me color. I try to do most of this in advance because nobody needs to see me color. That doesn't seem that interesting to me. Hopefully I'm not moving the camera around too much by coloring. So we're gonna color the ears yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Okay. So a yellow ear. Another yellow ear. I bet you if you had paint, like if I did this too, you could do yellow paint. Again, I'm not because it might take a while for it to dry. And I want to remind you that you can do a lot of these things that I do with paint. My wonderful husband has just told me what the nubbins official word is. Ossicones? Is that how I say that? Are horn-like or antler-like. Look at that. Aww. I don't know what that word is. Okay, okay, so ossicones? I don't know, okay. Aw, my husband loves me. All right, so ossicones, AKA nubbins. Okay, that's what they're called. Okay, yeah, see, I should know that. And you know what? I remember going to the giraffe, you know, the Twiga Terrace at the zoo, and they tell you what all the names are of the parts of the giraffe. I'm so disappointed in myself. Thankfully, my husband is sitting behind the camera and he is letting me know what the name of the nubbins are. Ossicones. Maybe that's how you say it. Okay, so yellow, yellow, yellow. Brown and yellow, brown and yellow. Okay, so we are going to glue on our ears. So this would totally be darker, right? If you spent the time and made it darker, you could totally do that. And I think it would look way better. But in the interest of time, and so that you don't have to watch me like yellow all these up, it's gonna stay this kind of not so dark yellow. Okay, so we're going to use our glue. Again, I wanted to use an Elmer glue this week because I have been using a lot of hot glue, and I know not everybody might have hot glue. You could also use a glue stick for this one if you wanted to. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of the plate. Let's see, so this is sort of the center. I'm gonna turn it over. I bet you an ear would look good right here. We'll give it a try. One ear. Let's see. Hey, not bad. Okay, look at one ear. Okay, so now that this one's over here, we can kind of match it up. You guys can sort of see on the back, right? But I'm just sort of matching it up because I guess he could have an ear way down here, but that would be kind of weird, right? So let's put the ear up here. And I'll put a little bit of glue there too on this side. So are the Aussie cones, were those like just the husband? I don't know if you can hear me. Now I'm wondering if that was just like the whole horn or just like the little nubbin on the top. Like now I'm thinking about the giraffe. I'm gonna do this research and I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. Now I'm interested. Okay, now we have ears and our horns or our Aussie conies, our ossicones. Darn it, I wish I knew if I was saying that right. Okay, so we're gonna put those on. Giraffe, ossiconies, nubbins, giraffe nubbin, the giraffe nubbins. Okay, here we go, see that? Okay, we are making progress. Okay, and we need these little circles. Uh-oh, where'd my other one go? Oh, here it is, okay. So we are gonna glue these on too. Here we go, and you know what, the brown paint now that I had on the here and here, this is drying, so that's good. It's almost dry. That is very good. Okay, nubbins. Nubbins are going on. Nubbins. Okay. I'm gonna move this paper so that you can see it hopefully better on the black. Oi, they're kind of close. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of, since I have the brown paint out, I'm gonna add a little bit of paint to what I am calling the nubbins, but they're ossicones, maybe that's how you say it. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of brown. Of course, yours, you take a little bit more time, right? Because you can stop the video at any point and be like, all right, Miss Tommy, I'm gonna stop the video and I'm going to work a little bit longer on mine so that it doesn't look like yours. So that it looks a little better than yours. Not that yours, Miss Tommy, does not look fabulous. Okay, let's see. Will I be successful? Come on off. Yes. Ah. Okay. So we made those a little brown. I'm gonna put a little bit of brown in the ears. You know how when you look at animals, sometimes it looks like they have a different color inside their ear. So I'm gonna put a little bit of brown inside the ear too. Again, it does not have to be perfect because I bet you animal ears are not perfect. Little bit of brown in the ear. Okay, so look at what we got so far. Not bad. Now the top is a little bit like wiggly right now because it's still wet. So I'm gonna put it down, but there you can see, look. So we've got some brown in the ears, brown on the horns. We could put a little bit of dashes of brown if we wanted, right? Okay, so let's find our marker. And with our marker, we're gonna make him a mouth. so that he has an official mouth. Not just a muzzle, but a happy, happy smile. I'm just making a mouth. And we're gonna give him like 2 holes for a nose. 2 holes for a nose. And if you don't have googly eyes, I just happen to have a whole bunch of googly eyes, and googly eyes are kind of my favorite. I like googly eyes. You could just use a black marker or a black crayon and give your giraffe some eyeballs. So I am going to make mine kind of big because I think that looks cute. Boy, they got really big. Now one looks like it has a black eye. Okay, let me. Maybe a little better. One just keeps getting bigger than the other each time I try to make it bigger. Okay, so we are pretty much done. Unless you have, the googly eyes at home that you want to add. I have this whole random bag of googly eyes. I don't think I'm gonna put them on right now because you can see them on my original. But this is pretty much our giraffe craft. So here we go. Look, here's the one that was pre-made, right? I made it before when we started. So here is the one that I made before we started. And then this is the one that I just made with you, super, super fast. Although I don't know how fast it was. So here's this guy, right? So they're pretty much the same. They're pretty much the same. I just didn't have googly eyes on the other one. So remember, this is just an opportunity to find things around your house, get a little bit of creative, get out a little bit of paint, get out some markers, and do a little bit of crafting. I am not the best artist, but I like to do some of this stuff. I think it's kind of fun, and I hope that you are enjoying it. Please continue to send me pictures. I've been getting pictures both on Facebook or text messages, and those are awesome. It's so great to see that you're doing this at home, and it's really fun to do this with you. So, thanks for joining in on Craft Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow for Nonfiction Wednesday. Bye.